All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's episode 52 of the Always Chillin' podcast.
52, is it?
52, yeah.
52?
52, I think. I hope so.
Hey.
It's 52, I'm pretty
50s.
sure. Yeah, I made a thumbnail for 51, so
I think I
Pretty
did
sure.
too.
pretty sure it's 52.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Skinny D, the Sandman in the barbershop, once again. Today is the 4th of July, so we're recording a day late, but I'll still get the episode out tomorrow. It's no big deal. Now that we have the one camera shot, it's pretty fucking easy, actually. So that's all right. And I'm all about easy right now. I've been on vacation for a while. I took I went to work last Monday and Tuesday, but I didn't do anything. I had a couple days where I was like, I'm just not doing shit. I'm checked out.
Oh, you don't work downtown no more, huh?
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm, mm-mm. And then I took Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. So I've been off since last Tuesday.
Dang, dog. You
Yeah.
ain't bored yet? You just chilling? You still
Yeah,
chilling?
yeah, dude, we're cool, man. I'm kind of pissed I have to go back tomorrow. I thought I was gonna get refreshed and stuff, but I'm kind of pissed I have a job.
It's all good, man.
But I do feel kind of lucky because I know people who are like, they have to ask like, oh, hey, boss, is it cool if I get Christmas off? And their boss is like, no. But I sent my boss an email like, yo, I'm like this close to a mental breakdown. I just need to take a few days off work.
Hey, fuck it.
Yeah, and then I did, so no big deal.
I don't think I came. I didn't. Yeah, I came in Saturday and I actually got caught.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get caught in here, you know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, man. And he was already standing there. So I was like, God damn it. I cut hair in flip flops that day. First time I ever. So unsanitary, but I actually cut hair in flip flops that day. He was a regular, so I figured, fuck it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that kind of didn't mess me all the way up. But yeah, I didn't plan on coming on here Saturday, but I ended up in here anyway.
Yeah. So we've been chilling, but we did all kinds of stuff. We've been just, I don't know, just hanging out, just doing whatever we feel like doing. Took a vacation to do nothing. We went to the zoo on Friday and did that like giraffe feed and shit.
Omaha Zoo?
No, the
Lincoln Zoo?
Lincoln Zoo.
I heard it's pretty dope.
Yeah, the Lincoln Zoo is actually super cool
pretty
now.
dope.
It's really, really cool. But we went and did that giraffe thing. And did you see what happened on Saturday? Yeah, so we went on Friday, and we got the double giraffe feed bundle thing, which is only $5. It costs it's like $13 to get in there or something, and then it's $5 for both of you to go feed the giraffes. So
It ain't bad at all.
yeah, it's super cheap. So if you live in Lincoln, I mean, the children's zoo is a lot cooler than it used to be. I remember it being pretty lame. Like they had like regular ass birds.
Well,
And
back in my
that
day,
was, like,
back
the
in the
whole zoo.
80s, that building right there on 27.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is now. I think it's like a party room or something.
Spooky one.
But that was the actual entrance of the zoo. That's where you entered. Then you went all the way back. Man, they had monkeys, gorillas. They had all that shit in there. But for some reason, they got rid of it. But I do remember as soon as you walked in that building, the smell just beat your ass. It just
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's still kind of like that.
I just remember the whiff of it, man.
Yeah, I think it's still kind of like that. But we got the double feed bundle, so they just give you a bunch of lettuce. So I'm at the counter and I trade in my ticket, and the lady's giving me my lettuce, and she's telling me the rules. She's like, don't touch the giraffes, whatever. And then she looks over at the giraffes, and she was like, oh, that one's not over here, so we should be okay.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I know. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, maybe you should tell me anyway. But I was just excited to feed a giraffe, So I was like, whatever, cool. So I'm walking over to the fence thing. There's like this railing, and the giraffes can just come over and just say
full
what's
grown.
up to
So
you.
they're full grown.
Yeah, and
I didn't know they had giraffes in there.
yeah, they just eat lettuce right out of your hands. So I'm walking over there, and they know what the lettuce looks like because one of them saw me, and it was just like. And it just came straight over, and I was like, all right, cool. And they're kind of aggressive about they stick their tongue out and they wrap it around the lettuce and stuff. But we thought it was a blast. We were like, oh wow, that was really fun. That was amazing. And then I was scrolling Facebook the next morning, and this article that was it's like one person injured by a giraffe at the Lincoln Children's Zoo, and I'm like, what the hell? And there's this Twitter page, LNK Scanner, where they keep track of the scanner, the police scanner, and then they'll put the clips of the good stuff on YouTube so you can listen to it later.
Okay.
And this clip is so this guy was feeding the giraffes, and I don't know what happened, but one of the giraffes struck somebody in the head, and then the guy sneezed, and his eyeball popped out. Yeah, so on the scanner, they're like, oh, yeah, a medical unit to the Lincoln Children's Zoo. They said that a giraffe hit someone in the head and he sneezed, and I guess his eyeball popped out.
Fuck!
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you the scanner thing later. It's pretty fucking wild.
Oh! So his eyeball popped out as a result of the giraffe fucking him up? Then he sneezes then? Or did he sneeze and the eyeball pop out?
I mean, I feel like the eyeball popping out has to be related to getting hit in the head.
giraffe loosened that shit up.
Yeah, it has to be.
God,
Unless
dog.
that guy's been walking around for 2 years, one sneeze away from popping his eyeball out. But
whoa, giraffe,
Yeah.
they go in with.
yeah, I was like, damn, that could have been me, dude. I was like,
They got horns, right? I mean,
yeah. I was sitting there talking that shit, like, oh, I wonder what happens if you touch him. I'm gonna try touching one, and my wife's like, no, they said don't touch him. I'm like, shit, maybe. Yeah,
it's funny, but it ain't.
yeah, don't fucking touch him.
It's funny, but it ain't.
Don't touch him for sure.
God, dog, man.
Yeah, it popped the dude's fucking eyeball out.
Where's the shit? I gotta see this shit. Damn.
Yeah, so they put all the giraffes inside. They're like, the giraffes are off.
And they tell you they're
while
aggressive?
we investigate. Well, they didn't say that.
I thought giraffes were usually docile animals, just be chilling and shit.
They didn't say they were aggressive, but she was worried about a specific one.
That
and
one.
Now I'm wondering if that's
It was
the
him.
one. They're like, oh, we got to watch out for that one. He pops motherfuckers' eyeballs out.
Y'all might want to get him up out of here, man. God, dog, man, that's crazy as shit. Go to the zoo and get your
but
eye knocked
they're
out.
all official about it. They like put the giraffes on leave. They're like, the giraffes are staying inside.
These motherfuckers is in the house.
Yeah.
They can't
until further notice while we investigate. They're like investigating shit. But they got to have cameras all over there.
Yeah, they seen it. He probably, I don't know. I mean, shit.
That's just crazy. There's like, they have a bald eagle in there.
No shit.
And you just like, there's a door. It's like an aviary thing. And you just go in there and you're just in there with it. Yeah, it's not like behind glass or anything.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
My wife wouldn't even go in there. She was scared.
No.
Yeah.
No. I've seen an eagle once. I was
but if something was gonna happen, there's no way that they would do that if it was even.
That's what they say. That's what
there's like there's kids and shit in there all day.
That's what they say.
If they were worried a bald eagle was gonna like rip a kid's throat out, they would put it behind some glass.
Well, you remember the gorilla up in Omaha? That dude, he was ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily he didn't get through the glass, but the fucker shattered that shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
it's crazy.
Just like humans, motherfuckers ding out one day. Just be like, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I'm going to knock your goddamn eye out, motherfucker. Shit. She told you not to touch me. It's funny, but it ain't. Goddamn, man.
Yeah,
well, what's that? What is it? Yellowstone again, or somewhere up there? You see all the bison is kicking everybody's ass up. That motherfucker.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
see
man.
that.
There's like 3 days in a row. People getting fucked up by these bison.
Yeah,
up
those
here.
are mean, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are
They're
very
scary.
aggressive. But
I don't want to fuck with a bison.
yeah, I'm not even driving through there. I don't even want to
pop your eyeball out for sure.
Yeah, bust your whole shit, break your body. Yeah, maybe animals just like fuck y'all, man.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. I'm conflicted about zoos. 'Cause I think the animals that are in there kind of do like being in there.
I'm conflicted too, especially being a vegan.
Yeah.
Why are you conflicted?
Because we watch like mad documentaries, David Attenborough and shit, Our Planet, and it's like you're learning cool stuff about the animals, but like you sit and think about it, and the animals are like they're stressed out the whole time. Like the deer, they're constantly worried about getting eaten, and the lions are constantly worried about finding something to eat, and the mice are constantly looking up at the sky like, oh fuck, I hope an owl doesn't
The whole
eat me.
pecking order.
Yeah, but at the zoo they just get to relax, really. So like, I don't know.
I look at it. I agree with you 1,000%.
And they'd probably be dead anyway. Like the
okay.
the documentaries are always like 96% of vulture chicks don't survive. So it's like,
Well, I'm looking at
if they were in the zoo, they'd probably be dead.
The elephants. Had they stayed in their original homeland, they would have died off. So I get that. But the last time I was up there, I remember this particularly, like the seals and shit, man. They were just over there like, I'm like, that can't be cool.
Yeah, well the
Homie
seal
can't be happy.
The seal enclosure up there used to suck pretty bad. They redid. There's like a whole.
That's
new,
what I heard.
Like,
That's what I heard.
There's
That's
like
what
a
I
whole
heard.
new thing.
It's been a while since I've been
The
up
seal
there.
thing did up at Omaha. It did used to just be like a pool.
Yeah, them dudes
And they
ain't.
were they were just.
That
in
wasn't
a
a
swimming
happy.
pool.
Didn't sound happy. Then you got the lions and the tigers and shit. These motherfuckers want to kill shit. Yeah, it's cool you throw my meat in here every day, but motherfucker, I'm supposed to be killing shit.
At the Lincoln Zoo they have a cheetah, and they do like
No shit, I gotta go fuck.
and they do like a cheetah chase thing. They have like one of those things that goes super fast, so they like stimulate its hunting. That way.
See, you gotta do that.
Yeah, but they have bleachers right there, so you can sit and watch.
No shit. See,
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
kind of
cool.
see, that's where
Yeah.
it gets inhumane. Like, goddamn. But whatever.
I don't think so. Just letting us watch, man.
Yeah.
And it's made so many more people like passionate about saving animals and stuff.
Well, the thing
know, I
about
think
the
zoos
I think
are
the
worth
big
it.
difference between the zoo down here is it's a community ran. It's a community. What am I trying to say here? Donations.
Yeah.
It's all ran off donations, and I think it was 4 or 5 years ago somebody gave them fucking $4 million.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who it was. They still don't know who it was. It was an anonymous donor to give $4 million and to do what they did to that zoo, man. That shit was real dope. You used to be able to ride down the bike trail back in the 80s and 90s, and the monkeys would be right there. You get off your bike and shit and go throw rocks at the monkeys, and these motherfuckers would throw them back and shit. Yeah, man, it was a trip. They had a big-ass bear in there. I think his name was Big Ben. He died, I think, in like the early 2000s and shit, man. That shit was a big deal, man.
Yeah, the leopard in there died of COVID. We got to the leopard exhibit.
Remember hearing about that?
Yeah, we got to the leopard exhibit, and it was like this animals off exhibit or whatever. And I was like, where the fuck's the leopard? And then I remembered.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, they had a leopard that fucking died.
That's
The
That's
tigers in Omaha just got their COVID vaccines today.
That's
They have legit tigers at the Lincoln one now too.
no shit.
Yeah,
Man, I gotta check this motherfucker out,
yeah.
man.
But then they still have weird stuff. Like there's this thing. It's called a sand cat, and it just looked like my parents' cat. It was just a cat sitting in there like curled up in a ball sleeping.
But fuck you up. You go to
Well,
sleep
it's
at
like-
night.
Yeah, well, it's like that's just a cat, man.
Speaking of cats, me and my wife, before we got the fellas, you know what I mean, before we got the pugs and shit, we couldn't quite decide what we wanted. You know what I mean? I had dogs before we came into the relationship. She had a cat coming into the relationship. So he's like, I don't mind animals. Let's figure out what we want. But growing up, like I didn't get a normal animal until I was a grown man. My dad had a
you had
friend
all
that
that weird
owned the
shit.
exotic
Yeah,
pet
we
store. So I was
talked
like,
about
fuck, let's get a dog. But before we decided on the dogs, and we actually found these fucking things in Alliance, Nebraska. They're called Bengal cats.
They're huge or what?
Bruh. There's and I know I always get this wrong. There's an F1, F2, and the F3. I think the F1 is like your regular domesticated cat, just your regular little kitty. The 2 is not slightly. He's bigger. He's significantly bigger, and they say he's like half wild, half and half. And then the F3 is a fucking mountain lion, bro. Yeah, we looked at that thing, man. In the males, they have catcher's mitts. They call them catcher's mitts because he has an extra, instead of the dew claw up here. That
Yeah, I
most
don't need that.
they have a
You don't need
extra
a cat
paw,
like that, man.
so it looks like a catcher's mitt. So we looking around and shit like, yo, them motherfuckers look dope and shit, right? We watching videos and shit, man. This fucking cat's meow sounds like a bark. It clears 30 feet standing there. And at night, it's fucking stalks. So you better have your door closed. But that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what you have. Yeah. So
yeah, I don't want to worry about that.
we found him. We was like, fuck it, we'll take a road trip to Alliance. Fuck, it's just like going to Denver, you know what I mean? Let's go get this fucking cat, right? So the dude was like, yeah, but I've been on vacation for like 4 weeks. And the first 5 weeks with them are very crucial. Otherwise, they'll go back to their wild, their regular instinct. So I'm like,
Sure.
wait a minute. You said the first 5 weeks are important with human contact, and you've been out of the country for 4 weeks. Your cat's gonna fucking kill you when you get home, dog. As soon as you walk in the door, you're fucking dead. It's a wild animal by now, motherfucker. So yeah, we didn't go get the Bengal cat, man. That fucking thing was raw.
Yeah, I was looking at wolf dogs for a little bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're not legal in city limits.
Nah, there
so
used to be a dude that used to walk around Lincoln with one with no fucking leash, man.
Yeah, I was going to. They breed them. There was a breeder out in California that had. They had a litter like right when I was getting out of the Marine Corps. So I was like, oh shit, I'll just swing by and grab one and then bring.
They
it
legal
home.
out there?
Yeah. In some place, I think they're legal here too, just not in the city. They can't be over a certain percentage wolf, but it's like they're gonna come check.
Yeah,
You're gonna come.
they don't know that.
You're gonna come blood test my dog. Doubt it. But then I don't know. I got kind of scared out of it because it seemed.
Yeah, because somebody you was gonna have a hater.
Yeah, well, that and like, I don't know. It seemed like the responsibility, because like I'm not that good of a dog trainer, and I might have this 200-pound. Like,
and he would have to be.
Yeah, I might have this huge just monster.
Yeah, he would have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to sit there and just
seemed too risky.
Look at my pit bulls and shit, and as you say that, and I used to think like, oh, these motherfuckers can maul me anytime they want.
Yeah, I say that about my lab all the time. Like my lab he could put his mouth on my throat, or just, yeah, he could put his mouth on my throat and just clamp down, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he just doesn't. He lets me smack him around and shit. He likes to play. He likes to wrestle, like.
Well, us as humans, we can be like, hey, man, you being too rough. Animals, there's no such thing as too rough.
Yeah.
That's training for whatever. I mean, but I feel like my dogs, like when we wrestle around, like these motherfuckers is training for something. Like, why you always want to wrestle and fight and shit, motherfucker?
Yeah, well, your dogs play rough, man.
Yeah, they play real fucking rough.
Like, Bohannon had like a patch of hair on his back missing and shit for a while. Yeah.
Brothers,
your dogs play rough.
I be fucking them up too, though, so it's kind of my fault.
My dogs don't play like that.
I love to wrestle. I had 6 sons, man. I used to fuck my sons up, man. We was always wrestling, especially WWE days, WWF, man. Friday Night SmackDown, all that shit, man. We used to watch all that shit, man. We had the belts and everything.
That's fun, man. Yeah, but even your pugs they could fuck you up a little bit if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could. They have trouble kind of biting stuff, I guess.
I think enough of anything, as long as there's enough of. I think if there's enough meerkats, they fuck you up.
Have you seen that thing where it's like, how many second graders do you think you could fight?
Ooh, damn, that's a good one.
It's probably a lot.
How many you giving me though? How many we getting?
I don't know.
25. Let's say a classroom.
A classroom?
25 of them little motherfuckers.
Yeah, I could do a classroom.
Oh, yeah, I'll beat their ass. I'll fuck y'all up.
You just gotta go straight in. You just gotta
straight
start.
in.
Yeah. Don't feel bad. You don't have time to feel bad.
Or what was the video game back in the day? Double Dragon, where the dude just spread his arms and go, roar!
Yeah.
Or just take 2 of them, grab their asses, and just start spinning their asses around.
You can't let them overpower you.
Can't let them get in close, get the legs.
Let them swarm you. Just start.
Then they start biting and all that old shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25, I think.
25, I'm cool.
Doable.
30 of them motherfuckers, I don't know. Now we talking Lord of the Flies shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They throwing rocks and shit, making spears on your ass. I don't know. Second graders today, man, I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard for me to even picture what a second grader looks like.
Yeah, you got some second graders that shit 5'7".
No.
90 pounds and shit today,
No way.
man. Fuck yeah, man. Some big ass kids out here, man. My wife went to go pick up my son from football practice the other day, man, and she was just like, God damn, there's some grown ass men out there.
They got beards and shit.
Full beards and shit, man. I'm like, God, I'm looking at this kid like, fuck, if I looked like that in high school, I wouldn't have went to high school. I would have went straight to the pros. The fuck? Did you eat your parents' kid? What the fuck?
Hormones, man.
Fuck, man.
Milk. GMOs.
I was happy. I was still playing midget football. And you do the weigh-in, before you play your game and shit. I remember they said I was 101 pounds. I was happy as fuck. I was 100 pounds, dog. I was like, I'm big than a motherfucker. Can't tell me that. I'm probably 100 pounds, motherfucker.
That's sweet. So my sister is dating this guy. He just started as a guard at Tecumseh.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So if you were to give advice
to
a new guard at Tecumseh, what would you tell him?
Especially Tecumseh. Going there with all the respect that you can muster up, even if you've never had that much before this. Go in there and respect those guys. Call those guys by their name, not their number, especially when you learn their names. And pretty much, man, those are pretty much the two things that I, myself as an inmate, just respect me, call me by my name. Everything else will fall in.
It's pretty easy.
That's just it.
It's not too bad. Treat people like people. It's
you're not there. You're not there to punish them. They've been punished.
yeah. That's a good point. It's not your job.
It's not your job
They're
to punish
there.
them. They're
Them
there.
being there is the punishment.
They're there.
You don't need to do extra shit.
To be a guard at Tecumseh, it probably takes a lot more gall, but at the same time, you got to know a lot of these guys ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. So, yeah, just come in there with the respect, man. Just respect them, man, and everything else will fall in for you, man. It's not any more dangerous than your ride to work. So don't go, not necessarily fear. You know what I mean?
Far, dude. He's driving like an hour 45 or some shit. They live in Omaha, so he's driving.
I think it might be.
Yeah,
I think it might be pretty much the same.
Yeah, he's driving pretty far.
I think it's an hour and a half from Lincoln. I think it might be an hour and a half from maybe a little more from Omaha.
Yeah.
But I remember that ride, man, and like I always remember everybody telling us, it's like on your way to Beatrice. So I remember the bus ride on the way to Tecumseh. I'm like, oh yeah, this is on the way to Beatrice. But then they turned off on this fucking road, bro, and I was like, oh my god. Well, what they doing is throwing off your sense of direction. Once you out on this, and it's a service road, so there ain't no traffic on this road. So even if they did, I always used to joke, even if they did give me the key and I ended up out front, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. There ain't no traffic on this road. I can't even give you a highway, but I always remember there was a helicopter that would land across the highway every now and then, like a military helicopter land across the highway every now and then take right back off. Yeah, it was real weird.
How long were you at Tecumseh for?
Man, I was actually in Tecumseh twice. But the first time I was there, I was only there for 90 days, and I was in the hole. They had to shut a housing unit down at NSP. And that's the housing unit I was in. I got into a fight. I got sent to the hole. So what they did was clear the control unit out first, so they can fill the control unit up in Tecumseh, which is the hole and like death row and like disciplinary motherfuckers and shit like that. But I was in the hole my whole 90 days. Then I got transferred back. My second time I was in Tecumseh, man, I was in there for about 2.5 years. Damn. And then I got transferred to NSP, and I finished out my last 3. But those 2.5 years in Tecumseh, man, and it's probably just because it was a new facility, but it was a wild fucking west in that motherfucker, man. I mean, it was crazy as fuck, like shit would happen and shit at NSP, but in Tecumseh, motherfuckers was coming up in the housing unit, getting who they wanted to get. I'm like, God, I had never seen that shit before. Nah, man, I'm like, what the fuck? And in Tecumseh, there's just one tower. Where LCC, I think there's 8, NSP, I think there's 10. And I thought, damn, they only got one tower out here? What the fuck? So then I start walking around the prison, trying to, get to know this motherfucker and shit. And I probably saw a new camera every day. They had fucking cameras in the gutters and shit, bro. They had cameras on the fence post, on the basketball post. Man, I'm like, oh, those are the fucking towers. It's Tecumseh Correctional Institution. It's a private institution.
Yep.
Somebody or a group of people actually own that fucking prison. Yeah, but they use the state agency. They use the guards and the same security agency, whatever you want to fucking call it. But somebody owns that fucking prison. Somebody or a group of people own that fucking prison. And I remember walking around, and I see these. Now I used to work construction, so I know pipes and cylinders and shit, right?
Mhm.
So I'm walking around the yard, and I see they're all sticking out of the ground, probably 6 to 8 feet, and they got these caps on them. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit, man? I thought they're gonna gas us. They can gas us and kill us right here if shit goes down, right? That's what hold that thought on that shit, right? So
I mean, that's not. I think that's not unbelievable.
it's not unbelievable
honestly.
at all. So I'm like, man, what the fuck is this shit? Well, they built the prison on top of a landfill.
Oh,
Instead of digging the fucking landfill out, they just put these pipes in, down there and put these caps in there so they can sieve them off every now and then. And we're in there. I think it was the south was a fucking slaughterhouse. To the north was a fucking chicken farm. You ever smell fucking chicken feathers burning? Every day. It was in the bricks. It was in the walls, man. It was just every day, man. I was like, oh my God. I just like chicken fucking shit, man, every fucking day. So that little 2.5 and some change in that bitch, man, felt like 20 years.
no shit.
Yeah, they woke me up at 4 in the morning. They don't let you know obviously that you being transferred the next day, but I could see the list on there. There was only one W on there, and I could see W.I. I'm like, that's Wilkinson right there. I'm like, that's Wilkinson right there, man. And I didn't sleep at all, man. And that motherfucker said, Wilkinson, roll up. You're going back to Lincoln. I had never been so fucking happy to be moved from one prison to the other. Shit. It was like coming from Siberia back home.
Really?
Yeah,
is that different?
It was that different.
What do you think makes it so different? Is it like the types of people that are in there, or is it like?
Well, your bro-in-law's from Omaha, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he knows, he's seen some things, or he knows some people. In Tecumseh, when it first opened, I think it was like Beatrice, Cortland, Wymore, and little ass rural ass little towns. And they, of course, they're gonna come work in the prison. They're gonna employ the prison, right? Johnson County, Tecumseh itself, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably 75-85% of these employees in here ain't seen this. They ain't seen culture. Shit, they ain't seen a white dude that looks like you, tatted up and shit, crazy haircut, beard. They ain't seen you either.
That's true. Yeah.
So. And it wasn't always a bad thing. I'll just tell my little story. I'll tell my little story right here. Okay, maybe I've told it before. Coming into the prison, and I'm gone for years. I mean, I make eye contact with this lady, and you're not supposed to. And she's a nice looking older lady. I can tell she's 50 plus, maybe early 60s. And I'm like, wow, that's a farm hand right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I must say something smart, something. Well, long story short, I ended up in a cell by myself because I had assaultive behavior. So I very rarely had a cellie, you know what I'm saying? So I get in there and the shift comes in to do count. Every time they bring a new batch of inmates in, there's always a count, no matter what, right? So I'm changing, getting out my shit because I'm about to hit the yard. The homies out here and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm already in my boxers. And I get a rap at my cell door, right? And I'm like, I got to stand up so she can count me, man. And this old lady, what this old lady asked me? She said, let me see your dick. I was like, woof, what the fuck? Shit. So
you said,
shit, I made it dark in that motherfucker. Blah, you know what I mean? So I'm like, damn. So I'm sitting in the cell like, what the fuck? This old lady just asked me to see my dick. What the fuck is going on in here, man? So I had always heard rumors behind the wall, or NSP, call that behind the wall. I always heard that, these small town women up here is giving pussy up. So I'm like, nah, man, going with that shit, man. You hear that shit in here all the time, you know what I mean? There's 10 dudes, fucking 10 female guards, and it's usually one dude, okay, you know what I mean? But up there, oh, man, women were leaving their husbands. like go up in the visiting room and shit, and you'd be like, what the fuck, dog? Like she either got fired or she quit, and they made her wait 6 months to be able to come back and visit him. So you go up in the visiting room and you'd be like, damn, oh my God.
Oh,
and they didn't.
Yeah, you used to work here.
Yeah, you used to work here. What the fuck?
They let him come back and visit?
Yeah, man.
That seems weird.
I seen it 1,000 times, man.
That's
Seen
fucking
1,000
crazy.
times where these small town women. It ain't even just white women. There was a lot of Latino women. Believe it or not, there was a couple black families that lived in Tecumseh, and one of the wives worked there. She was a sergeant, and they said, yeah, she would come get hers and take him back. I was like, wow, Tecumseh was really, really wild.
That's
Bitches was
fucking
having
crazy.
babies and shit, man, because there was no order. It was a new prison, so they were having to. They started transferring guards out of OCC, LCC, which are usually rougher prisons and shit, and then brought them all to Tecumseh and changed the whole fucking atmosphere. And that's when I can't remember what the name of their gang was, but the guards had a gang. So not only did you have to worry about, Crips, for me, and all the other little motherfuckers, you had to worry about this crew. I mean, he had a fake leg. I think he might have been a veteran, but he was the leader. That motherfucker fucked with me one day, man, and I had to take it. I had to fucking take it, and I just like, oh, you're the one, huh?
What does a guard gang? What do they do?
What do? They shake you down, take your weed, take your cigarettes, take your shit, and go give it to the brotherhood or to the area motherfuckers or whoever they roll with. Put you in the hole, take you out of the market, and usually they're affiliated with one of the white gangs.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's all they do.
So it's more like a white supremacy thing.
Yep.
Than
Coming
than
from
a
that
CO
area,
thing.
especially.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but your brother-in-law, he should be cool, man. Like I said, come from Omaha. He's been around. Like I said, he's got friends that.
I think he's from like Florida or something.
Oh, he's
originally.
Good. He's Gucci.
I don't know.
Oh, he's Gucci. That's all he gonna have to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm from Florida. Blah blah blah.
I don't know
blah.
him that well.
Okay,
Seems pretty suburban.
that might get him by though.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
that might get him
I
by.
don't know. I don't think it'll be too bad. I think he's been there for a little while. I think it's been all right. I don't think he's had too many problems.
Well, since that riot, man, it's really changed, man. And I hate to give these motherfuckers credit, man, but they really trying to fix it. They're really trying to fix it here. I think Nebraska had the worst or one of the worst prison systems in the country, and they're giving away the money. I got a client that just moved from Kansas, from Leavenworth, Kansas, to specifically work at the prison.
Really?
Yeah, so they're doing that. They're reaching out.
Yeah, they're
to
giving like fat ass bonuses.
Fuck yeah, they are.
$20,000 bonuses.
Still, I need a $500,000 signing bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean a bonus is cool, but I'm gonna need to make $100,000 at least.
And it all depends. To be a prison guard, like I knew one guy, he wanted to be a lawyer. So he wanted to go through, the pecking order of all of that.
Makes sense, yeah.
A lot of guys they're trained while they're training to be cops. A lot of guys were reserve military.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a few of them. I remember when Bush hit Iraq. A lot of the guys were gone, and they had to bring in what you call scabs and shit. Because there was a lot of females gone too. Cause that's when they let the females drive and shit. I think they were driving. Yeah. So we noticed a lot of guards was gone in the first Iraq conflict. So I mean, if it's a stepping stone kind of job, and you're not trying to make it a career, by all means,
I would just need to get paid a lot. Like whatever they get paid, that's not enough to do that. I don't think
it's just not. It's not an environment I would want to walk into every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a hard job, dude.
It is.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I'm cut out for that. I don't think I'd be good at it.
Not at all. Not at all. That's why I'm a barber.
Yeah.
I think I knew a long time ago. I'm probably not gonna be able to work for somebody. I knew that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not gonna be able to do it to where motherfuckers looking over my shoulder and not giving me love for my work. Like, you ain't even got to shout me out. I don't need no award, but pay me accordingly.
Yeah.
For it. You know what I'm saying? Don't use me. It's just shit that I always had issues with. Don't tell me I'm gonna be off at 5 and you tell me it's 7 now.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna like that. And me, motherfucker, I might walk out on your bitch ass anyway. I've done it before. I walked out on jobs where, man, fuck this shit, man.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. Then my dad always owning his own businesses. I knew one day I'd be able to do it.
Yeah, it's nice to have the freedom, for sure. I don't think I want. I don't really want to be my own boss ever, but I do want to get left alone. You know, like when I want to be left alone, I want to be left alone. Like this
I
6
feel
days,
that.
this
I feel
6
that.
days or whatever I took off. It's like leave me alone. Like you're not gonna be able to get a hold of me. You're just not. Just leave me alone.
6 days. Staycation like a motherfucker, man. I feel that.
Yeah, dude, I needed it bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. I was like, the shit. We can talk offline, but the shit I was doing at work was like, dude, it was keeping me up at night. Like I was awake at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about it, and that's when I was like, dude, if it's starting to affect my like physical health,
I got back the fuck
it's
off
like
of
I
it.
just need to take a break. And it's
Oh.
not. Yeah, it's like I'm not asking them. Like I'm gonna ask you when in the next couple of weeks I can take a bunch of time off, but I'm letting you know it's gonna be in the next couple of
Nah,
weeks.
you ain't doing nothing wrong with that, dog.
Mhm.
You ain't doing nothing wrong. I don't fault nobody for that shit.
Yeah, I think everybody should do it. And I told like my team, I told them exactly what was going on, and I'm like, and I hope if you guys feel burnt out, like I hope you guys ask for time off too. Like I don't
Should
want,
be promoted more in the workforce.
Yeah, it's
especially
I don't want you guys being here if you hate it, man.
right. You
I
gotta
don't-
you
I don't
gotta
wanna
love
make
it.
you- I don't want to make you be here until you hate it so much that you quit either.
Yeah. Gotta be
Yeah,
able to
so-
step up off of it, man. No matter what it is. I don't call nobody a quitter for that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I just did it last week, where I just had to step back. You know, hey, I'll regroup. I'll be all right.
Yeah, just need a little break, man. I'm gonna come back tomorrow with like probably 1,000 things to do because I was gone for 6 days. But
Are you a guy that has to be
it'll
busy?
all right.
You flow? Do your shit flow when you got that on your desk?
It's like I don't like sitting at work doing nothing.
I can't
you know?
have a gap.
Like, and I just feel it just feels like a waste of time. You know,
I
like
can't have a gap.
yeah, especially now. Like I could work from home, really, if they don't really want us to, but we could. Like I could do my job from home completely.
Why don't they want you to?
I don't know. They just like people to be in the office. It's kind of team by team. Like some teams do, some teams don't. Yeah, our team is like we're in there pretty much every single day. But if we have like if there's a package coming or like the air conditioner dudes come in, then we can work. It's no big deal. We just work from home that day. But they don't really let us do it for extended periods of time. I don't know. It's like the people in charge are just older, you know, and it's like it just makes them nervous to have people working at home. There's really no explanation for it. Like the director talks about, oh, like man, I ought to tell everybody that they have to come into the office every day now. And it's like, well, you could do that, but you're just gonna have a bunch of people.
You're gonna create, you're gonna
a bunch of
create
people
a
are
whole lot
a bunch of people are just gonna quit because they've been working from home for 2 years now, and they like it, and like productivity is up from where it used to be. So,
well, I got a client that worked at Nelnet down there, and he's pretty high up in that shit. He basically broke it down, and I didn't even think about it. I mean, think about how much rent they ain't paying. Wi-Fi for what, 100 cubicles, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah, it's a lot cheaper for
it's
them.
a whole lot cheaper. It might be the new way.
Yeah, it probably is. I like going to work just because I don't know. When I'm working from home, I'm like sitting at the same kitchen table that I'm gonna eat at, or it's like, you know, shit starts to blur. Like my day becomes just sitting in the exact same spot all day long.
Well, the COVID taught me, you know, before I probably 90% walk-ins, you know, just to be, you know, that old-fashioned barber way. But now that I've been scheduling the past 2 years, I can just bulk everything up. And It's been working for me. I love it. Where it's next. I made my quote for the day. I'm out of here. So I ain't got to sit here and wait 2-3 hours for the money. I'm cool. I got what I got. I ain't stressing myself out with this shit. I ain't at nobody's disposal.
Yeah.
No, you can't just pop in the next 30 minutes because I got 3 in right now. You know what I mean? And I used to stress myself out about that shit.
Yeah.
To where I got a shop full of motherfuckers standing and shit. You know, I thought that was the shit I had. You know, that was what barbering was about. I'm not stressing myself out about that shit. Then I got a guy over here
man.
like,
That's good.
You know what I mean? I'm like, goddamn, you know what I mean? So I got it now to where I can just in and out, in and out, in
Yeah,
and out, in
that's
and
good.
out, and get the fuck out of here, man, and go on about my
Yeah,
day.
that's good. That's good. I could go either way. I'm working from home. Like, my wife is at home all day now, so when I work from home, I basically just get to hang out with
She's
her.
there, right, right.
Yeah, which is a huge perk. I have a lot more fun working at home.
Get
most of the
snacks
time.
and shit.
Yeah, yeah, and but it's also nice to be able to like just turn around to the dude behind me on my team and be like, "Hey, dude, did you do your TPS report or whatever the fuck?" Some office space shit. You know, it's nice to just be able to turn around and be like, "Hey, dude, is that done?" And then he could just be like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." Instead of having to like try to make a phone call or try to get him on Zoom or whatever the fuck. So I don't know. There's pros and cons both ways.
Yeah, yeah. I like getting up in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and going through that whole motion. But like I said last week, man, I don't know what it was. Like, I won't say I used to make fun of people that, oh, I got anxiety. I'm just like, what the fuck is it? Like, cough on me. Let me get that shit. You know what I mean? Let me feel with it. Yeah, like, what the fuck? But, man, I don't know if it's my age or what, man. But last week, man, I was just waking, just like, I can't do it. I ain't got it in me. And that's why I was like, fuck, I had to shut it down for a week, man. Just tell everybody, hey, I'm chilling.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that you do that, man. Some people don't do that until they
Chilling.
drive themselves literally insane.
And I don't have to be anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I see my friends, you know, they in Florida and California and this and that. Like, I ain't gotta be there. I'm cool. I don't need no vacation. Like, I'm good in my front yard. I'm good in my backyard. I'm good in my basement. I'm good in my living room. I'm cool in my kitchen. You know what I mean? I don't have to be nowhere. I'm gonna be worried about the house anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna be worried about the house anyway. Like,
I spend half a vacation like checking my Ring camera and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's going on at the house? It just then coming home, man, just that drive home, man. Just I don't want to do that shit no more. I'm cool. When I see y'all's pictures and I like them shits, I feel like I've been there. I seen it. I seen the Grand Canyon. I've seen all that shit through y'all's pictures. I'm living through y'all, man. I've taken probably 100 vacations already this year. I'm cool. I'm good right at the house. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Well, the house is we've talked about it a bunch of times, man. The house is my favorite spot to be, man.
So my dad used to say, you put everything you like in your fucking house, so when you leave, you can't wait to get back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there now. Everything in my house makes me happy. And I can't wait to get the fuck back in that motherfucker.
Yeah, a lot of people are the opposite, man. I talk to a lot of people that are like, can't wait to get out of my house. Like, oh, I can't wait to go do something. But like, anytime I'm out doing something, I'm like, man, I can't wait to go the fuck home.
And I think
And
back,
I guess I'm just old. Maybe we are just old.
yeah,
This is an old person thing, but it's like that's where all my shit's at.
That's where all my shit's at. That's where I'm cool.
I don't like your shit. I
don't like your shit.
Yeah, I like
that's
my
where
shit.
I'm cool. It's like, goddamn, doc. Anything less than an hour away, I'm not chilling. I'm not comfortable. I got the BGs. You know what I mean? It's like, you ready? I'm ready. I think last week we went to Omaha, got a pizza, and, you know, we're supposed to chill. You know what I mean?
It's like, nah.
Let's go home. Fuck it. You want to stop anywhere? Nah, let's just go home. Fuck it. Got home.
We always make plans, and they end up, like, just going and getting food and bringing it back. And,
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's all
I'm
right.
good. Is that a hermit?
I don't know. My wife's always like, "Are we boring? Are we?"
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We doing what married motherfuckers do.
Yeah.
Like, I got you now. Like, why I gotta be everywhere?
We just bring burritos home.
Nah. I remember working from 7 in the morning till 7 at night. I'd get home, strip that shit off, be in the shower, and gone within an hour. And shit, there was times I'd stay out till 5, 6 in the morning. Got to be at work at 7, and I'm
I don't miss
I'm
shit like
sleeping
that.
ditches and shit. I'm sleep down in the ditch and shit.
Yeah, I don't miss shit like that at all.
Nah, man, had fun, but goddamn,
Yeah, we'd be up till it'd be like every single day. We'd be up till like 4:00 in the morning in the barracks. Then we have to get up at 6 or whatever to go shoot
and
or
make it though.
Yeah, to go shoot or work out or whatever. But yeah, we'd be fine. We'd be in the back of Humvees, like getting IVs and shit. Just like,
I guess. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We partied hard, dude. That's why
You need an IV, boy. You was partying like a motherfucker.
That's why I don't drink anymore. Well, we would drink all night, and then the next day it'd be like 100 degrees. And
Oh.
yeah, and we'd be all fucked up.
Shit.
So
Oh, that's
like,
Earl. That everybody dialing Earl.
Yeah.
1-800 Earl.
It's like, fuck, man, I'm getting in the safety vehicle, dog. And they just have Doc stick you with an IV, and then
beer, puke, and
right.
cigarette smoke.
Yeah, I was talking about that with my wife because we both used to smoke cigarettes, and I was like, man, you remember what it used to feel like when you would wake up in the morning and like you were drinking all night the night before, and you would wake up and you would just know that you smoked like 3 packs of cigarettes. Yeah, and then like the first thing I would do is go wake up and be like,
fire one right up,
smoke,
fire one right up.
I'd be like, shit, this tastes gross. I need a cigarette.
Fuck.
I need a fresh cigarette.
How long ago y'all quit?
Shit, I don't know. I quit probably like 6 years ago or something. Yeah, ish.
So you were home then?
Yeah, I quit right around the time I got my Challenger because I didn't want to smoke in it. So I would like after work I would stand outside my car and smoke when it was cold. Like in the wintertime and shit, it'd be -20 and I'd be standing outside my car smoking. I'd be like, this is fucking stupid. Yeah, finally one day I was like, this is just dumb.
If you don't smoke in your house, why would you smoke in your car?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm just not gonna smoke no more. And then I quit. It was cold turkey, and I really didn't have
word.
Yeah,
cold turkey.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of the lucky dudes that I was just like, I'm just not smoking anymore, and then I just didn't. My wife, she quit a lot more recently. She's quit and started a lot more times. She has a lot harder time with it, which I know like most people do.
Well, obviously,
I'm pretty lucky. I guess I'm just not. I don't get that addicted to stuff or something. I don't know.
I quit smoking in prison. Obviously, I did pretty much all 5 years, and then the last 6 months of my time, I got transferred to what they call community corrections. And I started fucking smoking again.
Yeah.
I was stressed out because of the move. I wanted to go back to prison. I didn't want to be there. And I'm in the community. I get to wear my own clothes. I get to come out in the community and shit. And I didn't want to be there. The stress just fucked me up, man. So I remember I hit that first fucking cigarette, man. And I think they were going to drug test me and send me back. But I had to tell them, yo, I ain't smoked in 5 years. I must have hit the cigarette and fell over and hit my head on the brick wall. You know, it had been 5 years, and that move, it just fucked me up, man.
Yeah, I remember the first time I smoked a cigarette, I got lightheaded as fuck.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting it to feel like that.
Yeah, it got me, man. And then we took that trip to San Antonio in the middle of a drought season, where anything to do with fire, grill, fireworks, anything was outlawed, outlawed. And my son-in-law at the time was running the business in the mall down there. So then you step out at Gateway, they got ashtrays and, all that shit for you. So me and my wife, we're both smoking. So it wasn't mall security. I thought that was different. They actually had cops, like sheriffs, in the fucking mall. So I'm like, God damn, that's a real dude. And he came out. Well, no, I kind of noticed there was somebody out the corner of my eye, so I just kind of looked, and he's looking at us. And he looks at the sign. So I look at the sign. It says, no smoking, 1,500 feet. I'm like, 1,500 feet?
That's a long
ways,
man.
We got to leave, man. We got to get in the car. So he's like, no smoking. So I'm like, God damn. So the apartment building that my son stayed in, they had a pool. So we out there, we smoked a couple cigarettes before we get in the pool. I called him Lou Diamond Phillips. Dude looked like Lou Diamond Phillips. He had his security shirt on with the jeans and had his cowboy boots on with one pant leg stuck. Classic Texas shit. He said, bull closes at dusk and there's no smoking. I'm like, man, exactly what the fuck time is dusk, man. I hear it in the movies all the time. My smart ass. I'm like, nobody says 7 o'clock in fucking Texas. Die. What the fuck? You know what I mean? So he's looking at me like, you little motherfucker. I'm like, oh, fuck, we in Texas. Quit. Stop tomorrow.
That way they can close whenever they want to. You can be like, oh, it looks like dusk to me.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, God damn. So stepson was like, hey, man, there's nothing to do with fire. Like, we can't have a 4th of July. We can't even grill out nothing. I'm like, fuck, we here for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, we couldn't smoke. So on the way back to Nebraska, I think I had one cigarette left, and we shared it on the way, and we haven't smoked a cigarette since.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to quit smoking? Go to Texas in the middle of drought season.
Yeah, I did try to quit once before that, but it was like a half-ass, like, when you say you're gonna quit, but you really don't even plan on it. Like when I started that security job, I had to go to I had to go to St. Louis for a month for training, and they put me in this like extended stay hotel thing, and I had decided that I wasn't gonna smoke anymore. Like the day before that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna quit smoking because I'm already doing a bunch of new shit anyway.
Right.
So I'm just gonna quit smoking. But I lasted like 2 days because I was just sitting in a hotel with it was me and my future boss. He was going through training at the same time as I was, so we were roommates, and we were just sitting at a hotel. Like,
when did you smoke? When did you find yourself smoking the most?
In Afghanistan.
Okay. Well. Okay.
It was like I was doing like 2 packs a day in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me is when I would play PlayStation.
No, I never smoked inside.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's me whenever I would play PlayStation, that's when I would find myself buying 2 packs.
Yeah.
I'm about to get a session.
If I ever started smoking inside the house, it probably would have been pretty bad. That's why completely legal Delta 8, we don't smoke that in the house either. Because as soon as I start smoking that in the house, I'll be burning pounds of that shit.
Yeah.
We go out to the garage.
Go to the garage. Got a nice little area.
Yeah, well, I mean, not really. Got like a chair.
Hey man, that's the area.
One of us sits on the steps. One of us sits on the chair.
That's where you get it in, baby.
And we smoke our completely legal in Lincoln, Nebraska Delta 8 THC.
What's that? Kratom. What did you?
Kratom. I don't know.
What is that shit?
I don't. That seems like. I don't know. I've looked into the Delta 8. Seems like natural enough that it's like
legitimate enough.
Yeah, it's just hemp basically.
Right.
Hemp and CBD or whatever. Like, I don't know. The flower, I think they spray with some shit.
Yeah, definitely.
But
it's K2, that's K2 all over.
Yeah, but if you just get one of the vape things, and it's great. You can just they got like signs. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's crazy
shit.
that weed's not legal,
but all this shit is.
Yeah, they got these signs like get your THC here, and you get like we got some vape things that we like pretty good.
Right.
But yeah.
Huh.
I don't know what kratom is. But the Delta 8 seems like natural enough. It just seems like slightly different than normal shit. But the kratom I think seemed more like synthetic. And I don't know. I'm talking out my ass. I've Googled it like one time.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
So the vibe that I got was kratom was a little more like synthetic-y. And that's kind of what I want to stay with. Because in the Marine Corps, dudes were smoking like spice and K2 and shit, and they would get like sometimes they would get fucked up. They would get like weird.
Well, I remember first hearing about it in prison, and dudes was dying in the fucking cell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first dude, like dudes, they diabetics and shit. They have their spells where they walk in circles or whatever. You know what I mean? This particular dude, I remember, he kept walking into the fucking wall. Like,
yeah,
boom,
dudes would get
dudes
would get just weird on it.
Fuck, man, and we kept. They was in prison. They called it Dizzle. K Dizzle. I mean, I had no idea people on the streets were doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I get out on the streets, and I'm like, God damn, man, people are falling out from fucking smoking this shit. What the fuck is this shit?
It's weird. It's like that's different than weed. That's not.
It looks like shit.
That's not what weed is like at all. And dudes in the Marine Corps would come in like these little packages, and it would say like plant fertilizer or whatever on it because they couldn't sell it as something you
had
smoked.
to keep changing.
So it would have to be like, and I'm like, you're smoking this?
Yeah.
Like it says motherfucking plant fertilizer.
Even I swear it even changed the way people fucking looked. Like, dude, you might as well be smoking crack.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like that shit's. I see that shit. That shit's fucking with you. And
dudes are like, oh, it doesn't. You don't pop on a piss test. And it's like, or you could just not smoke,
or just don't smoke.
It's like, yeah, it sucks. You're in the Marine Corps, but if you wanted to smoke weed, like, you knew you weren't going to be allowed to.
You knew what you were signing up for.
Well, yeah, you signed a thing that said you weren't.
There's a time.
That's my thing with like the NFL and the NBA and stuff too. It's like, do I think that they should be allowed to smoke weed? Sure, but also, you're getting paid $15 million a year or whatever the fuck. Like I'll quit smoking.
15 mil, yeah.
I'll quit smoking
all day. Yeah, I'll just find some other shit to fulfill my motherfucking whatever.
I'll quit smoking my 100% legal Delta 8 THC
The NBA,
for a lot less than $15 million. You pay me $60,000 one time, and I'll quit for a whole year.
Yeah, the NBA, I think I haven't looked on it, but I think it was last year or something. I think they're pretty close to not testing anymore.
Well,
I think you look at all NBA.
I think that
cities.
shit's funny about LeBron's championship in the bubble. Did you see that interview somebody did? Somebody was like, was there tree in the air in the bubble?
Almost definitely.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what the guy said. The guy was like, yeah, we were blowing in the. So someone was like, damn, LeBron beat a bunch of dudes that were zooted out of their fucking minds.
It might be why, because that was some bullshit basketball.
It was really bad. I remember that. I don't even care about basketball, but I remember being like, this is. I would think I was at your house. Even.
That was some bad basketball. Yeah, that was bad
This
basketball.
is ugly basketball.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they were fucking blowed out of their minds, I guess.
And I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna call these guys out. You know, a lot of these guys got families and their professional careers have taken them even to newer heights. But our 94, 95, and 96, and 93 to 97, man, there was any given time where there's 4 or 5 Huskers in here, and and these dudes go blow somebody else 76 to nothing that next Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers,
That's the secret, man.
That's the secret. Like, I deserve a ring. I need at least a 94, 95 ring. I kept them motherfuckers on the field, man. I kept all them dudes nice and healed up on the field, man.
It's medicinal.
Straight medicinal. Yeah, I think the NBA especially, I think they're getting ready to, I think they're pretty close to not testing. 'Cause if you look at all the NBA cities, where they at, yeah, they're all legal.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, is Texas legal?
Well, it's like they're all smoking weed anyway.
And what's the least?
And so's everybody else.
What's the least that can happen?
Yeah.
I mean, is if you're a Denver Nugget and you playing in Denver, hockey, baseball, whatever the fuck, and you got a doctor and and he prescribes this to you, who the fuck is the team to say, with 10 years ago, they giving you straight narcotics. Like, you smash this shit up, snort this shit. You can take this shit to the street and get paid for this shit. But you'd rather a motherfucker do that and get addicted?
All right. Well, on that note, we're out of time. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys had a great 4th. Check us out on all our socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on TikTok. Videos are on YouTube and Spotify. Subscribe, like the videos, do all that stuff. Email us, alwayschillinpodcast@gmail.com. And other than that, we'll see you guys next week.